Hey, did you know that there are 9 accelerators to grow a web design business really quickly? And today, what I want to talk to you about is the first one. It's called pinpoint your prospect. You've got to identify your prospect and figure out how to find them. And I just want to show you here. There are 9 different projects. If you look here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the way around until you see 9 different projects. And I call these accelerators. This is how you actually accelerate the growth of your web design business, but you've got to systematically complete each project. So for today, though, we're just going to focus on pinpoint your prospect. And so why is this so important? Pinpointing your prospect is exceptionally important because you once you understand who your prospect is, it makes it a lot easier to find them. So can you find your prospect? If they are hard to find, then don't go after them. If you can't find them through online advertising or marketing, I'd say don't go after them because it's going to be very, very hard. Now, some of you will have to build relationships with people like in the real world before you can actually build a website for them. I would say that's hard. What you want to do is find prospects who you can find on Facebook, find on Instagram, find on LinkedIn, find through a digital way because you can then scale the business if you can find them digitally. If you have to go out and go to a meeting and actually connect with people at lunch, actually go to a networking meeting, then you are going to struggle to scale your business. So that's the first thing. To pinpoint your prospect, you've got to be able to ask the question, can I find them? The next question you've got to ask is, do they have a big problem? And the reality is, if your prospects don't have a big problem, then they won't really need your website or the service that you provide them. And so if they've got a big problem, they're going to be more motivated to actually use you to build a website that can solve that problem. So look for prospects who are easy to find, look for prospects who have a big problem, because the bigger the problem, the more motivated they are to actually solve it. The next thing you need to really ask is, can they pay? Now, there's nothing worse than working with a prospect that you can find that have a big problem, but they have no cash to pay because the industry is going down the tubes, or maybe there's just no money in the industry. You need to avoid those clients, okay? Because you are going to hit your head against a brick wall and you are going to get frustrated and you're going to give up. But you could put the same amount of effort into a prospect who can pay, an industry who can pay, and you will find that your business will explode. That's the third thing. The next thing is you need to make sure that you actually have a solution that can solve the problem. Now, it sounds basic, doesn't it? But sometimes the problem they have, your website that you build can't solve that problem. So again, don't work with that kind of prospect. Now, the prospects I work with, I know that they have a big problem and my solution perfectly solves their problem. So now we're up to 4. These are 4 things that you need to really identify with the prospect that you choose to make your marketing easier. And the last thing is quantity. Now, out of all of them, this is probably the one that is not as important. I mean, it is. But the reality is sometimes you work in a smaller industry, but the price is of the solution, it pushes the price up because not as many prospects. And so that's not a bad thing. But generally speaking, you need to find an industry where there's lots of opportunity. There's lots of prospects. The smaller the prospect, the longer it's going to take to find them, the more expensive to find them, and therefore you're going to have to charge more. And so I would say look for an industry where there's lots of potential prospects. But definitely the most important is, can you find them? Do they have a big problem? Can they pay? Do you have a solution that can solve that problem? And finally, is there enough of them? Okay. And so I want to encourage you that there are, like I said, 9 accelerators, right? We talked about this one here today, pinpoint your prospect. Watch the rest of the videos. They're all coming. We're going to be showing you how to systematically scale your business. But if you want to get started fast and you want to say, look, I want to grow my business, I want to scale it, I want to implement these 9 accelerators, I want to encourage you to book in a scale session with me. It's a 15-minute chat where we'll look at these 9 accelerators and we'll pick the ones that you should implement right now, because you can't do it all at once, but right now to scale your business in the next 3 months. So if that's you, if you're interested in growing your business fast, then click the button below this video or around this video, fill in the application form, book a time with me, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.